Oh boy, look in that pot, folks. Another Mossman pantry raid. And I've got some butter cooking here along with some onions. And guess what? This is the foundation to risotto. That's right, we're gonna make risotto. And today we're gonna use some Parmesan cheese in it. We're gonna put some peas in it and some mushrooms. And we're gonna get this thing going. I chopped up some mushrooms a little bit earlier and I tossed them in the saute pan. So when you make risotto with mushrooms, you can put them in either raw or sauteed. I put them in sauteed because you get a little bit of that butter flavor and you get a little bit of that caramelization. Okay, now the ingredients for today's risotto, we've got risotto arborio rice, so make sure you get arborio rice, or one that says it's for risotto. We're going to use some broth today, chicken broth, and you can either get it in the box or you can make it yourself in that better than broth mixture that I like so much. We've got onions in here, of course, about a half an onion. We've got 1 clove of garlic we're going to put in. We got some peas, some parsley. We've got the onions in there cooking. See how they're just starting to get a little bit of gold around the edges? And I tell you, it really works nice. I got these new bowl wrap pans from Dean Supply, and it's just the perfect size and everything. See a little golden in there? So now I'm going to put in the rice, the risotto, and we're going to let that risotto cook in here just about 1 minute. 1 minute later, we're going to add a little bit of wine. So we're going to just let the garlic and the onions soak that flavor right into the rice. You can use any kind of white wine, dry white wine. This one's from Italy. We're going to put a half a cup in here. Look how much the rice likes that, huh? We're going to cook that around a little bit until it totally evaporates. When it totally evaporates, we're going to start working in 6 cups of chicken broth. That wine really burns off in a hurry. It's got the flavor in the rice right now, so now we're going to start putting in some chicken broth, 1 cup at a time. So I've got this nice chicken broth going over here, 1 cup at a time. And the great thing about this chicken broth, I've got it in this pan over here, cooking really nice. This is another one of those bowl wrap pans, but you know what else I did? I found this at Dean Supply also. I found this really nice pitcher and heat it up, put it in here, and you just pour it in a cup at a time, so that makes it really easy. So we're gonna do this about 1 cup at a time for the next 15 minutes and we'll be ready to go. Okay, see how it's bubbling now? You can just start to see the rice again. So now it's time to put a little more broth in there, another cup. Okay, I said 6 cups of broth. You might only need 5. So it starts to thicken up like this and it's just almost starting to get a little tender. That's when you throw in some mushrooms. So we're gonna throw in the sauteed mushrooms. You can put them in raw if you like, but I think you get more flavor this way. We're gonna stir these in, a little more broth, and we're just a couple minutes away. See how it's all puffed up a little bit? Maybe a little more broth, but just before the last cup of broth, I'm gonna drop in a cup full of frozen peas. And I like frozen because they'll cook in there and then they won't get mushy. So make sure they're frozen when you put them in there. I think that's great. I'll tell you what, a couple more minutes and we're home. So there it is, 20 minutes later. We got the peas, we got the mushrooms, we got the risotto. It's ready to go. Now what we do is we're gonna drop in about 1/3 of a cup of nice Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I put a half a cup in, sometimes I put even more, just whatever you like. And then a little parsley. And we're gonna plate this baby up. Gotta tell you, 20 minutes, easy to do. Recipe is on the website. Serve it up like that. Not too tight, you want it a little loose. That'll make it nice. And there we go, we got this going here. And what do we do with the extra wine? You know what we're gonna do with this. That's another Mossman's Pantry raid. It's risotto, and I think you're gonna like it. Good. Good.